step out of the door to the roof and take a deep breath. The fresh air blowing against my face and body almost makes my legs hurt less. Maybe if I'm upside down. Part of me wants to be surprised that Rin's already up here. What's that going to accomplish? The things in the clouds. Couldn't you just look at them right side up? Rin rolls her eyes in something approaching exasperation. But then I want to get a new perspective. Is upside down really a new perspective? Aha! That caught her off guard. Rin looks pensive. You may have a point. Maybe sideways. As Rin lays down on the bench to look at the sky, I give up. Fortunately, Emmy chooses that moment to burst through the door carrying 2 bags. She then takes the door off the hinges. Sorry it took me so long. There were a ton of people in line. She drops the first bag in front of Rin and takes a seat on the bench next to her. You buy Rin's lunch for her too? Sometimes, yeah. I'd have Rin buy my lunch for me in return, but I'm not sure how'd she carry it. Plus, I'd never buy her lunch. If Rin's offended by Emmy's comment, she doesn't show it. Emmy sniffs. How ungrateful of you. I'm not sure whether the two are joking with one another, or if I'm witnessing the beginnings of a catfight. 2 girls stare at one another for a few tense moments before breaking into smiles. Hey, Emmy, do you think being upside down is a new perspective on things? Didn't I already have this conversation? Emmy looks thoughtful, apparently giving the question some thought. After a deep and profound pause, she speaks. I have no idea. Well, at least she's as lost as I am. Hey, Hisao, you coming to the track meet, right? Question comes out of the blue and catches me off guard. I don't know yet. Honestly, Hisao, after I went through all the trouble of letting you run with me in the morning, you won't even show up in my track meet? Wasn't she the one that asked me to run with her? Actually, she didn't even give me a choice in the matter. Oh, wait, no, I didn't say that. She beams at me, as if I had just agreed to give her $1 million. So you will come after all. That's great. I didn't say that either. I'll be going too, so I'll make sure he comes at me. Good idea, Rin. Maybe we can get some food or something after the meet's over. I feel like I've just been conned, but not by these two. More like by some outside force, pushing me irrevocably toward my destiny. Are you getting like Neptune levels of meta here, bro? Like, yeah, I am pushing you towards this destiny, but you know, you like it, right? Maybe I shouldn't read books that feature conspiracy theories so heavily. Otherwise, I might end up sounding like Kenji. What a thought. Still, I suppose that I've got to show up now. I don't think I could stand against both of them being disappointed. Do you get disappointed? I don't know. I'd never hear the end of it. When is it again? Next week, silly. I just told you a few days ago. No, you didn't. I forgot. Oh, well, you won't forget to come, though, will you? Of course I won't. I'll even make a note on a calendar or something. Rin nods sagely. That's probably a good idea, you know, unless time changes its course. It can do that? Rin gives a non-committal shrug. It hasn't yet, but you never know. This time it's Emmy who gives a shrug. I suppose it can't be helped if it happens. Not unless you're a time traveler or something. You don't actually think that could happen, do you? I don't think we do. But do we? Rin shrugs again. That seems to be her default response to everything. I suppose not, but I reserve the right to change my opinion at a moment's notice. For Rin, this statement makes a disturbing amount of sense. The fact that I realize this now frightens me a bit. We're coming to understand Rin. I wonder if Emmy gets this feeling all the time. If she does, she's not showing it, though. Emily merely nods. As expected. What's that supposed to mean? This time it's Emmy who shrugs. It's like she's using Rin's own weapons against her. Your response is the sort of thing I'd expect from you, that's all. Am I really that predictable? Emmy's smile seems to border on gloating. Nah, it's just that your unpredictability is pretty predictable. Well, that's alright then. I don't get the chance to see whether Rin's being serious or not as the bell rings. I noticed that lunch period slipping by at all. Did we even eat? Hanging out with these two was far too interesting. Emmy jumps up, a look of panic on her face. Oh no! I need to step up my room to pick up my notebook for the next class! Don't you wish you had a time machine now? Rin seems rather smug as she delivers this line, like she just won an argument. Emmy ignores Rin's comment. Sorry, so, but could you make sure our garbage is thrown away? I usually clean up myself, but I gotta run. Sure, no problem. Emmy darts away with an urgency I'm starting to expect from her. I don't bother asking Rin why she couldn't help. She already seems preoccupied with something else entirely as she wanders off. She's probably used to Emmy taking care of the cleanup, And for some reason I doubt Emmy's ever raised the issue with her. Cleaning up from lunch doesn't take too long, so I have plenty of time to toss out garbage and get to class. Misha greets me with a wave and a devious grin as I walk through the door. Didn't see you in the cafeteria, He-chan. Yeah, I decided it was too crowded there. Misha's grin gets even wider. Oh, really? Are you sure you weren't participating in any illicit des vues? What? What are you talking about? You were on the roof, right? With both Rin and Emmy, no less. You Casanova, you. Wait, we just had lunch, that's all? Misha burst into laughter, drawing the attention of several of our classmates. You're so adorable when you blush like that, He-chan. She gives me a conspiratorial wink. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me. There's no secrets. Oh? Maybe she seems disappointed and then brightens up again. Time will tell. I don't know what the hell she's talking about, but blessedly our teacher comes in and the class starts. Hey, Muto. Another day of class has finally dragged itself to a close. Unexpectedly, I managed to stay awake for the whole day. I'm pretty sure that counts as a miracle. My legs seem unwilling to stand up for a moment. I guess the run took a lot out of me. I head down the hallway and make my way to my room. I sit down and half-heartedly chip away at my homework for a while, feeling like a vulture picking up at a particularly unsavory carcass. It knows this is what it eats, but it's not sure it shouldn't be ordering takeout instead. I don't think I can take this, but it's important to get my work done. Now let's see, what was I supposed to be looking over again? No, it's a losing battle, but I fight it anyway. Halfway through my math homework, I put my pencil down. This isn't working. I need a distraction. Unfortunately, my options for distracting are rather slim. I'm not in the mood to read right now. Kenji is unusually out of his room at the moment. If I go to the student council room, I'll just end up doing work for those two. And heaven only knows where everyone else except for... Well, I suppose that's an option. Grab my shoes and head for the track. Emmy's probably down there. Track practice is just ending as I arrive at the track. Sun's beginning to dip low in the sky. Has it really gone that late already? What are you doing down here, Sal? Come to spy on me, have you? I give a shrug, to be honest. I'm not sure why I'm down here. Never anything better to do. Figure that's about right. At the moment, Emmy's the only person I can think of who I could visit. So I'm your last resort, am I? Nobody cool around, so I'll just go see Emmy. Is that what you thought? She actually looks angry. A chance for some teasing of my own presents itself. Actually, yeah, I guess you are. Emmy pouts, widening her eyes to give the maximum amount of puppy dog resemblance. Kidding, I was kidding. So, you are down here to stalk me. Wait, what? That's not what I meant. Why would I stalk you anyway? It's not like it requires stalking. If you're not a sleeper in class, you're down here, right? Emmy laughs at this comment. Well, you're not all wrong, I suppose, but you forgot about eating. I do that too, you know. I nod, conceding the point. Plus, I count with Rin sometimes too, so really, I may take some effort to stalk. What do you two do together anyway? You don't seem to have a lot in common. She puts her hand on her hips and assumes a superior air. That's what you think. I've got all sorts of hidden hobbies, you know. Oh, really? Like what? Emmy puts her head to one side, as if she's trying to remember what it is she does in her free time. Oh, well, Rin and I go out shopping sometimes. I guess that makes sense. Emmy's a girl after all, but Rin? Rin comes with you? We usually swing by the art supply store. Plus, she likes this music store that sells all kinds of weird-sounding stuff. She says it helps focus her. I guess that makes a little more sense. I see. Any other hidden hobbies? Emmy wags a finger at me. Now, why would I go and reveal all my dark secrets to you? We hardly know one another. Somehow I think that's all Emmy has in the way of hobbies. Still, I don't think my question's been answered. Even if you do have a few hobbies, I still don't see why you hang out with Rin so much. I mean, she's kind of weird, isn't she? This comment causes Emmy to laugh loudly. Ha! That's the understatement of the year. And so why? I mean, you're a lot better at conversation and stuff, so I figured you hang out with a lot of people. But I think I've only ever seen you with Rin. Emmy seems unusually defensive. Hey, I hang out with plenty of people that aren't Rin. You just don't see me hanging with them because I'm not in your classes. Okay. That still doesn't explain why you hang out with Rin. I'm not even sure why I want to know this. I guess it's because lunch was so strange. Emmy shrugs, looking for a moment very Rin-ish. It's because we have similar outlooks. If you were to ask me the least likely answer to my question, that would be it. What do you mean? It's like... Okay, Rin paints and stuff, right? Yeah. Not sure where this is going. Well, I run. And? And that's why we're similar. You lost me. Emmy frowns, as if trying to figure out her answer. Well, maybe it's that we do things for the same reasons. Huh? You know, we follow our passions. So, you're passionate about running and Rin's passionate about art, is that it? Oh, well, sort of. Let me think. Oh, well, Rin explained it to me once, but I don't know how much of it I followed. Not surprising, I think any explanation from Rin would probably confuse anyone. She says we both chase after an extreme. Like, she's always trying to find some new way to show a particular feeling or something. And I run because of the feeling I get from it. And since we don't allow ourselves to be slowed down by anything, we make a connection based on that. What do you mean, slowed down by anything? Emmy looks surprised and points to her legs. You know, 'cause I'm a runner, and Rin's a painter, even without arms. So we respect each other's determination. And that's why we hang out. I think. Well, I'm not sure that made any sense to me, but from Emmy's sheepish expression, she's not sure about it either. Honestly, it's not something I think about much. We just get along. I think that's all that really matters. I suppose she's got a point there. Another question strikes me, and since I got nothing better to do, I ask it. So, what got you into running so much anyway? Oh, I've been running since I was really little. My dad was a runner, so as soon as I could walk, he started teaching me how to run. It was our father-daughter thing, you know? Our own mutual hobby. A shadow crosses her face, and I'm shocked to see her looking sad. Something happened between them? Oh man, I don't have a lot of time left. Sorry, but I've got to get a few more laps in before I go see the nurse. She races off around the track, her hair streaming in the wind. Seems to me like she's going a lot faster than she was this morning. As she runs the track, I catch a glimpse of her face. It's much the same as it was this morning, but her eyes seem to have taken on a harder edge. I guess she's right. I don't really know much about her. I watch her run for a little while, and then stand up to head back to my room. Hey! She spots me leaving, waves to catch my attention. Don't forget! Same time tomorrow morning. Got it? Got it. Head back to my room. Homework beckons. You got it, Emmy. I can't sleep. My body's tired, my mind is kept awake, staring at the ceiling in the hollow darkness of my room. I grasp desperately for a third thought, hoping that I can run my brain into the ground. All I can think of is how I can't think of anything. This is not productive at all. I wonder if there's a side effect of my medication, though it seems odd for it to take so long to show up. No, we didn't deal with this at all in the other route, so... Then again, maybe I'm just not used to my new surroundings as I like to think. I don't know. But for whatever reason, I'm awake and I shouldn't be. This is ridiculous. Ignoring my body's stiffness, I get out of my bed and look at my clock. 4 in the morning. Last time I checked, it was only 1, so maybe I slept a little. I don't know. I throw on some clothes and head to my room. A walk might do me some good. I'm surprised at how chill the air is compared to the relative warmth of the day. I can almost see my breath as I wander the campus, waiting for the sun to come up or for me to fall asleep. At this point, either option works for me. I find myself on the track, and for the first time, Emmy's not out running. I suppose that makes sense, it's too early, even for her. Bleacher seats are cold, but at this point, I welcome the sensation. Sun is starting to show its face over the horizon, and I know with an awful certainty that I'll get no more sleep tonight. Sun's steadily strengthening rays start to warm me up, as I watch the dew on the ground begin to steam slightly. Mom calms down a little. We're gonna sleep on the bench. Emmy's gonna walk up and just be like, "What are you doing out here?" Someone's shaking me. Hey, wake up! What? Guess I fell asleep after all. What are you doing out here? You're gonna catch a cold or something! I rub my eyes as I'm confronted by Emmy, who bends over me with the word expression. Still a little groggy, so my response comes out in a mumble. Couldn't sleep. Watched the sun come up. It sounds like something Rin would say. I shrug, feeling the stiffness that comes with sleeping on a bench for a few hours. Is it? I wouldn't know. Emmy grins a little at my somewhat cranky response. So, couldn't sleep, eh? Obviously, we need to run you harder today. Even though I've only known her for about a week. This seems a very Emmish response to the problem. Hey, my body was plenty exhausted after yesterday. Sorry, more interruptions. Anyways, my mind was just racing, that's all. I don't see the difference. If you run hard enough, your brain will get tired too. I'm seriously questioning the wisdom of doing this first thing in the morning. I don't know if my grades will be able to handle me tying my brain out like that. Emmy pulls me up from the bleachers with surprising strength for someone her size. Now come on, Hisao, we've got work to do. I don't actually know if I'm up to this today, to be honest. I mean, I obviously didn't get much sleep. And what sleep I did get was on the bleachers. I don't know. Should I really be running? Emmy glares at me. Good heavens. What are you talking about? Of course you should be running. How else do you expect to work out the kinks? You've been sleeping on the bleachers for heaven's sakes. The best way to get out that soreness is to run around a little. Now stop hiding in the bleachers and get down here. There's no arguing that. I'm pretty sure she'd kill me if I didn't do as she said. Get to my feet and hop down to the track. Sun is warming things up rather nicely, I think. I mean, I begin to stretch out, and I find myself once again hard-pressed not to stare. If this is how I have to wake up every day, I might be able to get used to this. You know, Hisao, it's not polite to stare. And I wasn't staring, I swear. Emmy raises an eyebrow and considers me for a minute, as if evaluating my response. There's a brief moment where I'm afraid for my life. But then she smiles and laughs, shakes her head slowly. Honestly, you didn't have to deny it so strenuously. In response, I clap my hands together and go for a change of subject. So, that's enough stretching, right? Emmy gives a casual shrug. Do you feel stretched? That's really how you tell. Well, I do feel up to the run, if that's what she means. Yeah, I feel ready to go. Same as yesterday, okay? We'll just run for a mile at a steady pace. And don't worry about getting really fast. Just worry about keeping the pace, got it? You're the boss. Emmy grins again, and we take off around the track. Oh boy. My legs are probably fucking tired. I think I'm gonna die. When I even done with the first lap, and my legs are on fire. My breath is coming in ragged gasps. I can feel sweat pouring from my brow, and we've only just now rounded the second turn. Come on, Hisao! You've got 3 more laps to go! I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this! I think I might hurl. Somehow we're on the second lap. Emmy's not even sweating. How could she do this so effortlessly? For some reason, I'm still moving. She's like a machine. 3rd lap. Wait, what happened to the second? Almost there, Hisao. Liar, we got another 2. Nothing to be done. I can't do this. Emmy whirls around and begins running backwards. Her face is a mask of anger that surprises me. Never say that. If you say that, you'll have already lost. Keep moving. If you're alive, you can keep moving, damn it. Whoa, language. We're on the 4th lap now. She seems to really want me to keep going. Legs move. Move. They feel so sluggish. I'm in the mud, or molasses, or tar. I can't go on. I'll go on. Final stretch, Hisao. Give it all you've got. I put my legs as fast as they'll go. They keep refusing to obey my commands. Somehow I keep moving. Somehow I finish. That's it, Hisao. I knew you had it in you. The anchor Emmy showed a lap ago is gone, replaced with pride. She's positively radiant, like she just won the gold medal or something. I stagger to a stop and fall to my hands and knees, gasping for air. My heart is pounding far harder than it has in a long time. I don't think it's done this since... Oh god. Please slow down, heart. Just slow down. Stop racing. I cough, and for some reason, feel a grin crossing my face. So this is how I die, huh? Trying to stay healthy? How ironic. I'm all ready to give up right there. But then, I feel my heart slow down. 2 hands grab under my arms and tug upwards. I look up and see Emmy standing over me, with a mixture of delight and worry. On your feet! Come on, you'll never catch your breath that way. Somehow I manage to stand. I try to raise my arms above my head, but they feel like lead. I start to walk around the track while Emmy keeps that close to me, like she's afraid I'll fall over or something. She may not be far off. I feel terrible, and say so. Emmy laughs. But you finished, didn't you? You said you couldn't, but you did. Isn't that worth it? I'm not sure. I don't even have the breath to say so. But that small grin I felt on my face earlier hasn't left. So what if my heart's weak? I still survived this morning. Maybe I'll survive tomorrow too. As soon as it becomes apparent that I'm not going to suddenly keel over, Emmy takes off on her sprints. I don't know how the hell she can manage to sprint after running a mile, but I guess she's in much better shape than me. Once again, as I walk around the track, I can't help watching Emmy sprint. It's weird, but she seems like a different person when she's pushing herself. The last time I noticed her eyes, but this time it's her mouth that catches my attention. She's not wearing a normal grin. She's still smiling, but there's a tightness to it. It's almost grim, like she's fighting a losing battle but doesn't care. She seems to be running harder, like she did yesterday. Sweat started to pour down from her face, but she keeps going. Her mouth finally opens as she can no longer get enough air through her nose. As she passes me once more, legs pumping, arms swinging in time, and her lips slightly parted. She looks beautiful. After we both taken some laps around the track to cool down, Emmy changes back to her usual self. The transformation I saw in her is gone. She went Super Saiyan. Not bad today, Hisao. There's almost admiration in her voice. What do you mean? I would have stopped if you hadn't yelled at me. Emi colors a little, seemingly embarrassed about her outburst. Sorry about that. I can't stand to see people give up. Especially about something like this. Saying, I can't go on. It's silly when you're obviously going on while you're saying it. And that's what this is about. What? Saying silly things? Emi sticks her tongue out at me. Idiot! I mean showing that you're alive. Baka. Showing I'm alive, huh? I know how to be so painful. But it does feel pretty good despite that. Besides, this is one of the hardest days. What do you mean? Whenever you start a workout, it's difficult the first day, really hard the second day, and then the third day is easier. You'll still get days that are really hard, but they'll pop up less and less. So, this will eventually get really easy, huh? Yeah, of course. But then you have to increase the difficulty, or you'll never get ahead. You'll just have to get complacent, or you'll lose the sense of accomplishment. So, I'll have to run more than just 4 laps, huh? Yep, put on for a while. You'll have to be careful, you know? A thought strikes Emi. Her face lights up. Got it! Got what? You can come with me to see the nurse. That way, you won't fall over dead or anything. How charming. When? Right now, of course. You need a shower and everything, right? We don't have much time then. Grab my hand, she's off, pulling me along with her. Wait, are we both gonna take a shower at the same... Okay. My goodness, but you're in a hurry today, aren't you, Emi? I have no idea how we got to the nurse's office so fast, but here we are. I have no idea either. Nurse grins at Emi, and seems to completely ignore me. You've got plenty of time to take a shower and get to class, you know. There's no need to run through the hallways like that. I could hear you coming a mile away. Somehow, it doesn't seem like he's actually scolding Emi at all. It's sort of like there's a routine between the two of them. Emi does a passable imitation of remorse. I'm sorry, I won't ever do it again. Nurse and Emi both laugh at some private joke. Suddenly, it seems that notices me. Ah, hello, Hisao. What brings you here? Well, Hisao has officially joined me on my running runs. I start to explain, but Emi cuts me off. I thought he might need to finish you so that he doesn't die or anything. Nurse raises his eyebrows in mock horror. Yes, that certainly would put me out of a job fast, wouldn't it? Well then, Hisao, let's have a look at you. Lift up your shirt, would you? I'm suddenly very conscious of the fact that Emi's in the room with me and blush in spite of myself. Nurse seems to sense my discomfort, but it only seems to amuse him. A bit shy, are we? He makes an apologetic bow to Emi. Sorry, Emi. I tried to get you a free show, but it doesn't seem to have worked. Emi stiffens slightly and fires a look of annoyance at him. You're an asshole! Emi bows to me apologetically. I'll wait outside, okay, Hisao? What an asshole. I begin to stammer. That's not really a big deal. She doesn't have to leave, but she's already out the door, and the nurse is laughing as she watches her go. Still got it. Ha! I don't follow. He laughs again, like he's in on some joke that's over my head. I can still get her flustered. It's a competition of sorts we've had going for a while now. That sounds incredibly sinister to me, and it seems as if the nurse realizes that too. That sounded a lot worse than it actually is, come to think of it. I wasn't gonna say anything. No, you're right. I should fill you in so that you don't get the wrong idea. I'm actually relatively new here, you see. I got hired on the same year Emi started going here. Before that, I worked with Emi during her initial rehab following her accident. Hold on, what? We had to amputate her legs after a really nasty car wreck. He nearly killed her and succeeded. He shuts abruptly. I blink at receiving this unexpected piece of news. Oh, well, that's not my place to say. Anyway, we've known each other for quite a while. So we have a slightly more familiar relationship than is strictly professional. He seems embarrassed, like he's done something stupid. I guess he's really worried about that. I wave a hand to let him know it's not a big deal. Don't worry, sir. I promise I'm going to be discreet. I'd been wondering about what caused Emi to lose legs, and that was one of the scenarios I thought of. There were only so many ways that could have happened, but actually hearing about the facts, it's still a little shocking. Well, thanks. You're a good kid, Hisao. I can see why Emi became friends with you. She's quite indomitable, you know. What do you mean? You didn't see her learning to walk. She'd go for so much longer than the others in the hospital. She refused to quit. Normally it takes years to get to a point where you can even think about running again. Emi did it all in about a year. He seems almost proud of her, like a father who watches his daughter win a competition or something. Hell, she'd probably done it faster if not for the fact we wouldn't let her. Wouldn't let her? Why not? Because she'd go for so long that her legs would start bleeding where they met her prosthetics. It's a real concern. It's why she comes by every day after she runs. To say nothing of the risk of infection if her legs get cut up and her prosthetics are dirty. But enough about that. If we don't get you on your way soon, Emmy will think we're up to something. As he said this, he gives me a wink and begins checking my heartbeat. The stethoscope is way too cold. He really should have heated it up or something before he used it. After a few moments, he leans back, satisfied. Well, you sound pretty good to me, Hisao. You didn't have any chest pains while you were running, did you? No, not really. I had some trouble catching my breath, though, and my heart was racing by the end, too. Nurse frowns as I say this, but then shrugs. It's probably just because you're out of shape. But if you don't approve, then you should let me know, okay? Don't push yourself too much. And of course, if you have any chest pains, come to me immediately, right? Put my shirt back on, and the nurse leans out of the doorway to call in Emmy. What took you so long? Now I'm gonna be late! Nurse gives me a significant look. I was just seducing Hisao, that's all. What? Come on! What have I told you about seducing my friends? I expected Emmy to be shocked by this, but instead she seems merely annoyed, scolding the nurse as if you were a child stealing cookies. Meanwhile, I try hard not to blush at the nurse's innuendo. I'll try not to do it again, though I fear young Hisao may be lost to the female gender forever. Not freaking likely. You're both about to burst out laughing, aren't you? I didn't mean to say that out loud, but both the nurse and Emmy regard me for a moment before bursting into laughter again. Told you he was funny, didn't I? Huh. I guess Emmy does talk to the nurse about a lot of stuff. Well, Hisao, you should probably get moving. You still need a shower before class starts, don't you? Crap! He's got a point. And it looks like I've only got half an hour. Thanks for your time. I'll see you later, Emmy. I dash out of the room as the nurse begins to remove Emmy's prosthetics. As I head down the hallway, I can just barely hear his voice drifting after me. Emmy, you've got to be more careful. I make it back to my room and shower in record time. It occurs to me that I've already been up for 4 hours and class hasn't even started yet. This is going to be a really, really long day. I won't fall asleep in class. I'm going to fall asleep in class. Because this always means we fell asleep. Most of the time. Morning sunlight streaming through my window wakes me up instead of my alarm, and I realize that it must be Sunday. Emmy has kindly deigned to give me weekends off from our morning runs. Wait, but it's Sunday, which means we went Saturday. I guess in Japan weekends are Sunday. I don't actually know if I woke up at all yesterday, or if I just slept through the entire day. Oh, hey, look at that, I don't know. My legs groaned in protest as I left myself out of bed. So I guess Saturday, even though we probably went to class, we didn't have to go running. All this running is really taking it out of me. Still, I can't deny that Emmy wasn't lying to me. It has gotten a little easier. I've been worried that the runs would start to wear on my nerves, but thus far I haven't minded them much. Well, it's only been a week. I suppose there's plenty of time for me to start dreading the sound of my alarm in the morning. Not that I could ever skip out now. As Emmy said, it's hard to stop a routine when there's another person. And frankly, I don't think I'm equipped to deal with a disappointed Emmy. She'd probably give me those puppy dog eyes, and I'd feel terrible about myself. Which reminds me, was I supposed to be somewhere today? Oh no, the track meet. Oh no, the track meet. Hey, you're coming to my track meet on Sunday, right? What am I talking about? Of course you are. Right? Those puppy dog's eyes again. Of course I'm going. I owe you, right? Exactly, so don't forget, okay? Wait, when did that happen? Crap! Emmy's track meet! I better move on if I don't want to miss her running, since she's the only reason I'm ever considering going. Otherwise, it would defeat the whole purpose of going. Isn't Rin supposed to make sure I'm going? And so I soon found myself quite suddenly surrounded by a crowd of people, all turning out to see our track team compete with another school like this one. There are other schools like this one? I thought Yamaku was like the only one. I'll admit, it's almost confusing to know we're not the only school like this. Hey, look at that! After you see that there can be 2 schools with a bunch of defective kids, well, you stop feeling so defective. You also stop feeling unique, which in most cases would be a bad thing, but in this case, it sure as hell isn't. That's part of Yamaku's appeal, I guess. Learn that you're not unique. Hell, learn that there's a lot of others who would kill to be saddled with your problem instead of whatever they're dealing with. Some of the kids here aren't here because they're missing a leg, or they have a heart condition. Some of them might be here because they're as good as dead in 2, maybe 3 years of lucky. Well. And that's only if they get the right sort of care. It's a bitter sort of comfort to be able to say, well, at least I got a chance of being alive through college. But there it is. Wow, we really are assholes, aren't we?